One of the tools you're going to need in your navigation toolbox is pace count. Simply put, pace count is how many steps does it take you as an individual to walk a fixed distance. To learn that, we need to set up a pace count course. Very simple. Get a measuring device, measure off 100 meters, walk that 100 meters both down and back, counting every time your left foot hits the ground. Say it takes you 62 paces to go down and 60 paces to come back. Split that in half, your pace count is 61. When you apply that over navigation for a long distance of travel, you have to keep track of where you're at because you're only going to count 100 meters at a time. You might notice I got these, what we call ranger beads commonly. While navigating, once I came up on my first 100 meters, I would slide one of these lower beads up to mark 100 meters. Every subsequent 100 meters, I would slide another up till I got to 1,000 meters, at which time I would slide a top bead up to indicate 1,000 meters, slide the rest back down, start again. Alternate methods to this. Maybe you don't have a set of ranger beads. Well, realistically, if you just have some type of string or cordage, you can quickly build a makeshift or field expedient counter. You noticed I marked the shorter cord with black tape. So I would connect this in lieu of my ranger beads, and every time I went 100 meters, I would simply tie a knot to represent 100 meters. Once I got to 9 knots, my next 100 meters, I would put a knot in my shorter to indicate 1,000 meters, untie all the knots for 100 meters. If you really don't have anything around but rocks, we can use those too. So, how does that work? Great question. The rocks would be used the same as the beads on the indicator. So, what do you got to do to get it right? First of all, clear everything out of your front 2 pockets. Empty all your personal goods into your back pockets, your cargo pockets, or your side pockets. Put a handful of rocks in your right pocket. Whenever you get to 100 meters, move 1 rock from your right pocket into your left pocket. Continue traveling. Every time you come to 100 meters, move 1 rock from your right pocket into your left pocket. When it's time to figure out how far you've actually traveled, you simply reach into that pocket, pull out the rocks, count them, and that's how many hundreds of meters you've actually traveled. There are many variables to your pace count that you need to take into consideration and learn. Rough terrain, wooded areas, snow, a lot of different things. Weight, for example, that you're carrying in a backpack. Night time, your pace count will always be shorter. So you should also practice your establishing pace count in those environments to know what kind of adjustments you need to make to your pace count for the type of terrain you're operating in.